me and do my laundry.
Look at me now, yeah, 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 yeah. Fresh.
Hey girl.
Hey Crystal.
Hey girl, what's up? Hey. You girls ready to practice?
If you see what I see, then it's you and me tonight. Come take my hand and fly with me as our bodies move together. Just fly with me and please don't be afraid.
Noticing that you became popular from YouTube, do you think your fan base grew because of the physical image that you portray to audience?
I believe that I think the talent is what makes people like an artist, but as far as the image, it definitely helps and makes them like them more. I don't think streaming stuff, that's just what the industry wants everyone to like and wants everyone to they're the ones who want to start the trends of what's good, what's hot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think image is more of a heavy component in mainstream music. But as far as the online community, YouTube and there's a lot of online social networking sites that people find music on. But online, I think it's more heavily on the talent. I thought the idea of singing in front of a camera, in front of people online was kind of dumb. But then some of my friends and family kept telling me that I should try it out because they saw other people do it. And then I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just try it, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then so I put out a video, not expecting anything. And then I just kept getting good responses and stuff. And so that kind of just encouraged me to keep going. And then, yeah, it just went from there. It was crazy. I do a lot of side projects with other people. I've made this kind of electronic house track with someone, and I'm doing a couple more of that too. But I really like to experiment, and so a lot of the stuff I experiment with is the kind of music that people don't usually hear from me. And then, but when I put out albums and stuff, I kind of just try to make it a good focus of a specific sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you had your training, were there things where your teacher told you need to work on this, work on that? If so, what were they?
It would be breathing. It sounds like breathing is really simple when singing, but it's actually pretty hard because you really have to pay attention to phrases that you sing, and when to breathe is really important because if you breathe at the wrong time, you might lose air at a certain point of the song. I just wasn't used to it. It was a lot of, it's because it was a lot of muscle memory in my diaphragm area. And then also, I kind of used to be kind of pitchy. And the reason for that is because I just didn't have enough air. And that's connected to my breathing. A lot of the reason why, some people can't reach certain notes is because they don't have enough air to reach it. As far as my album goes, it's a very R&B, soul, pop kind of sound. For my album, I co-wrote a lot of the songs, and then some songs I wrote by myself, but this next one I'm writing completely on my own. I think the biggest obstacle for an independent artist is definitely the financial aspect of it, because you kind of just have to fund everything on your own, whereas with a record label, they can provide that for you. But at the same time, that could be a downfall because being signed to a record label is basically asking a bank for a loan. So I think as an independent artist, it's okay because you have a lot of artistic freedom of what you can release and what you want, to portray yourself as an artist. But there are other avenues that you can kind of pursue in order to make it happen. For me, my album, I did this fundraising campaign.
You really, really got it.